Well, I mean, you've created a fantastic brand. I think one of the most known brands now in the US, and we would love to learn how you created this brand. How much of a role did actually the private equity play in it? How much of a role did sort of the marketing and word of mouth play in it? But that would be very instructive.
Yeah, I don't look, the my last meeting with the private equity, as our last board meeting, there were two things that one of the partners said that was enlightening. One, I asked him how he was doing that day, and he said better than I deserve. And I thought it was an amazing moment for somebody at his stage to say better than he deserved, because it was better than. And then we were talking, and he said to me, he goes, you guys are doing such an amazing job. You guys have built such a brand that, we couldn't really help you do anything. Meaning we couldn't run a brand, and we couldn't run a hot dog stand on the corner of 5th and 42nd. And I just wish he had said that to me about 4 years earlier. So because in those years we struggled, because what happened was we went from very much, and this goes to that second part of your question. My mother, when I was in high school, my mother didn't speak any English, grew up in a village in Pakistan. Girls didn't go beyond the 5th grade, loved school. She got her first pair of shoes at 7 years old, and remember when she got them, wouldn't wear them in the rain, and came here, and when we had our business, she was in awe. And her magic was that whenever a customer would come into the front, she would wait for us to finish taking care of the customer. She would always walk to the front and ask, what's your wife or girlfriend or your significant other's favorite color? And the person would say pink. She would pick a rose out of the cooler, just a rose, it's a $4 rose, $3 rose. She would pick one out. She would go, this is for you, for your wife, or for your girlfriend. And these customers would come and ask for my mother. They would all come and say, where's Mrs. Fareed? And she would just be there for a little while. So there was this, so what happened during the private equity days was that I bought in very, very smart people, brilliant people, but everybody went to EBITDA. We didn't even know what word the word EBITDA was before that. We knew sales, revenue, we knew cash flow, and then we knew profit. I mean, those are the things. We all that. We had no debt, because first, no one would give it to us. Second, we didn't want it, and second, all the other stuff. And we always built the businesses with low inventory. You don't want a lot of inventory in small businesses. As you know, with your Dukaan concept, inventory is their profit sitting in the shop, right? That's their money, especially when it sits for too long. So with that, I think we learned a lot, that our model that we had worked really, really well if you're worried about the customer. You may not make as much money, you may not be a billionaire, but you sleep really well, you have a great concept, it's solid. It has, generational appeal. And, my thing was, my daughters had already said that they want to, they would like to run the brand. And I saw my next generation wanting to run the brand. And as, kind of having this American dream, I wanted to plan it for a few generations, right? I didn't want the next generation to start from scratch. So I think with that, whatever we were doing before the private equity, what made the private equity and all the investors attracted, we kind of lost that during that time, because everything became about performance, bottom line. And then after buying them out, that's what we're working on, returning back to that, and we have been able to.